All right, let's go to Chicago. That's where we find Oliver Slope. Oliver's with Blue Line Futures. Hey, Oliver, when we look at the livestock markets, made a couple of notes here based upon your commentary, but $300 on feeders. Could we do that this week?
Boy, at this pace, it seems like we could do it today. I was just on the phone with some clients, and they were asking, is that the next line in the sand? I mean, we're for all intents and purposes there. 298 is essentially the same as 300. So I think that is very much within arm's reach. I think what's going to be important to keep an eye on through this week's trade is how the market responds to such a psychologically significant barrier. Are we going to test it and reject it, or are we going to full on break out above there? That's the million-dollar question that everybody's wondering this week. And then for live cattle, we're obviously seeing quite a bit of strength there, as well as continued strength in the cash market, and good fundamental backdrop continues to prop up prices there. And with the cash market still well above the board, I think that keeps the momentum to the upside. A month ago at this point, we were talking about a lot of concern in the outside markets. There are still a lot of uncertainties in the outside markets, but I think a lot less than there was a month ago, and that has also helped added a little tailwind to the cattle complex as well.
Yeah, we're just rolling through some of these charts here, and I thought we'd also bring in the chart for pork as well. And looking at the hogs, are we holding that 100-day moving average right now?
We are trading basically right on it. Last week, we tested and held some of these, the major moving averages, a cluster of them, really, the 20, the 50, and the 200. That came in near 97. So that's going to be an important line in the sand as far as support goes to the downside. I think if we can see 97 defended through this week's trade and we get out above 100, then we could go retest the upper end of the recent range near 101 to 102. And then above that, there's a gap still open near 105 that goes back to February 19th. So some of the momentum in the agricultural markets has certainly started to shift. And for the livestock markets, that's been to the upside.
Okay, what about moving over to precious metals? We've got gold and silver. Gold on a rally this morning. It's up 26% year to date. What's pushing that higher?
A huge move in the gold market from last night's trade. We had a nice healthy correction over the last couple of weeks that took prices from basically 3,500 down to 3,200, which was previous resistance a month ago, April 2nd and 3rd, 3,200, and the eventual breakout point. We retested that last week and were able to defend it. Now you're seeing buyers step back in. And a lot of the buyers really over the last year plus have been central banks. And you and I have talked about this before. Central banks aren't watching this on a day-to-day basis as, day traders or swing traders are looking at this as a longer-term position. So I don't expect them to be actively in and out of the market. And I would expect them to be active buyers on big pullbacks like we've seen recently. So I think there's still a good fundamental backdrop in the gold market going forward. Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Oliver, thanks for popping in. Again, we'll keep an eye on